Hey guys, Tom Photoix here. This video I'm going to show you quickly how to set up your camera for manual focus. Now, this might sound a bit silly to some people, they just think, well, you just manually focus. But in the beginner DSLRs, you can actually set the camera up for manual focus to make life a bit easier for you. I'm using the Nikon D5100 here, but it should be similar in the menus for the D3200 and some of the other beginner cameras. The lens I'm going to be using today is the 35mm f1.8. Afraid I don't have the kit lens 18-55, so I can't show you with that. But I'll just quickly go through the steps to set up your camera for manual focusing, should you wish to do so. So the first thing we're going to want to do, obviously, is turn the camera on and press the info button or the I button if you've got one. Now press the I button again and that will get you into the menu on the back here. And if you scroll down to the focus mode and then press OK, you'll see you've got a list there, AFA, AFS, AFC and MF. MF obviously being manual focusing, so click OK and that's it, you're now in manual focus. Now before you start yanking away on the focus ring on your lens, there's something else you should do just in case you've got it on your lens. If you have a look here on the 35mm, there's actually M/A and M switch. Now on this lens I can actually manually focus at any point as long as this is in M and A. In some lenses you can't do that, you have to actually switch it to M to sort of unlock the focus ring. So if you've got a lens with an MA and M switch, it's always best just to stick it in M if you're only manually focusing. If you want to use autofocus and manual focus, then you can put it back into M and A, but you can always override the autofocus with the focus ring. Now there's another really neat feature that I found on the D5100. I'm not sure if it's on the D3100 or not, I can't recall seeing it. I'll have a look in the instruction manual later on. But it really helps with manual focusing because the viewfinder on the beginner cameras is quite small and you can't always see clearly if something's in focus or not. Now if you look through your viewfinder normally when you focus, you'll have a green dot that tells you if your subject is in focus or not. But there's another really cool feature that I'll show you on here. If you go to menu and then scroll down to the pencil icon and go into the first autofocus menu, you'll see here you've got something called Rangefinder. Now if you switch that on, that will actually tell you how far or front focusing or back focusing you are when you're manually focusing. What it will do is where the exposure meter would usually be in the viewfinder, it will put a number of dashes either in front or behind on the plus minus side, and it will tell you which direction you have to turn the focus ring in order to sort of get your subject in focus. The problem I found with this is it's telling you if the subject is in front focus or back focus. So it's actually the opposite way around, that you have to turn the lens ring to what it tells you, which is a bit confusing. But if it's telling you to turn the focus ring that way, then don't turn it that way because then you're bringing the focus back or forward. So just remember it's opposite. But I've been using it for the last couple of days actually with this 35mm, and I've been getting really good results on manual focus using that rangefinder system. If you want to turn the rangefinder off, again just go into autofocus, rangefinder, and you can switch it off. But it's a really useful thing. Okay, so I can demonstrate the rangefinder function here. I've just got my camcorder looking through the viewfinder of the D5100. You can see down there next to the F5 there's a 0 with an arrow and a couple of dashes, and if I turn the focus ring manually, you'll see that that actually changes. Now I'm turning in the direction of that arrow now, and that's making the thing I'm focusing on go out of focus. So if I now bring it back the other way, you might just be able to see that in the viewfinder, you'll see it goes from all those bars down to 3 bars and then until it gets to there. That means it's in focus. You can probably just see there that the contour camera in the background looks more in focus. So now if I keep turning the other way, I'm turning the way the arrow tells me, and that gets further and further out of focus. So you can see there what I mean about the arrows are actually sort of facing the wrong way. I'd prefer it if it told you which way you needed to turn the lens to get it in focus, rather than telling you that it's back or front focusing. So again, I'll turn it the opposite way to what the arrow is telling me. It goes down to 3 bars, and then that is in focus. Also, I don't know if I can get the camcorder to show it. You can see there the focus dot. At the moment that's flashing because I haven't locked the focus in. I can't really do it when I'm sort of holding the camera like this. But when that obtains proper focus, that dot will go solid. So there's 2 things there for when you're manually focusing, to sort of tell you that it's in focus. Once you've finished manually focusing, it's really easy to get back into autofocus. Make sure you put the switch on the lens back into M and A if you've had to change that. Press the I button twice. If it's not already there, scroll down to manual focus, and then you can put it back into whichever mode you're using beforehand. And then you've got autofocus back again. Okay guys, hope that was helpful. Keep an eye out for lots more D5100 videos coming soon, and I hope you have a good day. Cheers!